Lynn, I think 3 years ago when we first interviewed, we talked about the concerns regarding the treatment or maltreatment of horses in the Ockendon and Thurrock area. It's still going on, and is it getting any worse?
Yes, it is getting worse. It's getting a lot worse. I think within 2 years you had the incident in North Stifford, and then just before Christmas there was a dumped body of a horse in Bulven, and then about 4 or 5 weeks later there was a horse tied to a gate, more or less in the same area. And there's been a few in Havering, so yes, it's worse, nothing's better.
So what are you trying to do and what can be done?
Big question, Michael. That question opens up lots of things in my mind. From what I've encountered, you've got the RSPCA, the police, council and sanctuaries organisations. For argument's sake, when Donna found the pony tied to the gate and the pony in the ditch, on both occasions she came to me. Between us, we found it difficult to get any kind of help. Admittedly, with the one tied to the gate, the police were in attendance. But I tried to get that carcass removed. It took me 2.5 days. Now, that's not acceptable. There needs to be more clarity between organisations to come together to have a main structure. So somebody reports an animal, horse, found dead or alive, they need to be able to get immediate response.
Are we still at a point, I think 2 years ago, Jackie Dore-Price was asking questions in the House of Commons. So, and one of the things you were looking at was changing the legislation. Is that what we're looking for? Because are we still at the point that it's vandalism?
Once again, it's a big area. You know, when somebody, it's very hard to find somebody that does these things, to gather evidence. I'd like to see a register, a detailed register of all animals or horses that are found. How did it die? What was its injuries? No one ever comes back to me. I don't know what happened, why that horse died. I don't know what happened to the horse that was tied to the gate. I've asked, I've got other people asking for me. The police never come back and tell me. RSPCA never come back and tell you. Nothing's ever catalogued. So we could have a situation in Thurrock where something may be going on. How do we know? If nobody's looking to see if there's a pattern. When do these horses get injured? Why? What were the injuries? What could it be? It's a huge issue. It needs people in these organisations to sit round a table, to come together, because this is not going to stop. Horses being dumped is not going to stop.
But isn't it in your power as a councillor now for almost 3 years, to try and create some form of organisation that would be the glue that sticks us all together? That's
what I'm, along with others, trying to do. But you can't just do that. You can't just do that. It's not like, I'm going to go home and cook this. You have to meet with certain people, you have to discuss it, you have to find out the way to move forward. And what I'm asking is for these people to sit round a table with us, for us to say, look, there's a problem here. Let's all get together, let's try and solve the problem. The sanctuaries are fit to burst in. Red Wings, all the sanctuaries can't take no more animals. So what do? Just keep creating more sanctuaries? Or do we find a solution to the problem? And it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, thank you.